All right, what's going on, guys? So today we got the 8th and 9th gen Civic flex fuel kit. This kit is going to come with a lot of items. I'm going to go ahead and cover everything in detail and show you how everything will need to be installed. So please be aware to watch the full video because there's going to be some things that the kit will come with and some of the things you need separately, and I just want you guys to watch the full video if this is something you're going to be buying. Now, this kit comes with an 8 a.m. feed and a 6 a.m. return. All the lines are PTFE, so please be aware of that. What does that mean? The PTFE, we're able to run any type of fuel through these lines, and there's going to be absolutely no issues. All right, so we're going to start at the I'm going to show you quick here at the front, then we're going to start from the back of the car and move our way forward. But quick look over here, we got our regulator, and our regulator is going to be sitting here in the corner. We did not want to put it here in the fuel rail. You know, it kind of blocks the turbo, and I believe this is one of the best spots. So it's very simple. The kit will come with a bracket. You are going to need to put an M8 rib nut there. There's already an existing hole there, so you are going to need to put an M8 rib nut. I will come with an M8 rib nut, but you are going to need the tool in order to put the rib nut there. So do please be aware of that. So quick look over the front, and then we're gonna go ahead and start from the back and move our way to the front once again. But I'm gonna show you guys how everything is gonna be mounted and what the kit's gonna come with. Okay? So we're gonna start here in the back of the car. The very first thing you need to be aware of it, the kit is gonna come with 3 EFI fittings. They look just like this, and they're super simple to put on. And this is gonna go here into the stock unit. This is just an R6 one, but it's the same concept here for yours. And I'm just gonna show you how this actually works. So very simple. What you do is put this here like that. You can see it. Okay, and then here this has a double O-ring, and what you do is you actually slide this forward. Mind this, I'm doing this one hand, and then you slide this here. Okay, you can see that I'm still doing this one hand, so you're gonna get an understanding. Okay, and then you tighten it. That's it. Okay, so you can see it, and this is gonna be the same concept for the flex fuel sensor, which I'll show you. And there's going to be a little trick there. If you do not want to run a flex fuel sensor, there's a way you can get around it, and I'm going to show you that when we get to there. Okay, but do be aware of it. If you are going to be running the flex fuel, you're going to need to be putting these fittings exactly on there, just like that. So make sure you tighten them, otherwise it's going to leak. So that's going to be how you're going to be putting this. I didn't want to take this off. It's already working for me, and it's absolutely no problem. Now for the bulkhead fitting, this is going to be your return. Okay, you are going to need to drill a hole exactly like this. I cannot stress this enough. Take your time, okay, drilling that hole. You do not want it too big, because what's going to happen is when you fill up your tank, it's going to leak out of there. So be really careful when you're drilling this hole right there. Take your time. When I did it on this, take my time, back and forth. There's going to be a nut there, and there's going to be another nut at the bottom. Okay, you can see it, something like that. So I'm not gonna take my off, but I do want to show you guys how simple it is, and you guys can see exactly where this is done. So this goes back into here if you really wanted to put it back on. This is for, I think, the gases or something like that. So you can see this can go back in there, but I'm doing this one here. But just want to show you how this exactly looks. Okay, about the relay harness, I will have a separate video there for you guys on that, but we're just gonna cover the lines. So okay, this is gonna be our feed. This is gonna come from our pump up to here, and then we're gonna go down to our fuel filter, and then from the fuel filter up to the tank, and then here's gonna be the return. So we're gonna go ahead and jack the car up and show you how that's gonna be looking. But do be aware of it, that's gonna be a 90-degree there. You can see how the other one looks. So we're gonna go underneath the car and show you where this line is gonna be going to the fuel filter. Guys, so here we are underneath the car. You gotta remember, we had the line coming from the tank right there on top of it, and that line's gonna come here to our fuel filter. I will have a part number for the fuel filter that you need. Now, for the fuel filter, it's gonna come with 2 fittings. It's gonna come with this one, and it's gonna come with this one here on the side. Okay, those are O-ring. Do make sure the O-rings go on here, and I will show you exactly once I get out of here underneath and show you how that's going to be going, because that is something that's very crucial. If you do not put those O-rings there, you will have leaks. Okay, all right, so we got from there, and then you can see here, this will be going up to the tank. And then here we have our return for our flex fuel sensor. I will go with that more in a second. I just want to go here to the front and show you how that's gonna be going. Again, mind this, it's coming down here from the fuel pump here to that side. Remember, we have to go to a filter, and that's gonna be going after we know everything's good. It comes to the front, and that's gonna be going to our fuel rail. So you can see here, it's all zip tied through here. Mind this, okay? So bam. All right, and you guys can see it here, and then it goes to the top. Okay, so you can zip tie all through here. There's absolutely no problem with that. I think everybody has zip ties at their house, so super simple. I don't think I need to supply a bunch of zip ties, but very simple. I ran it through here. I did take off this 10mm, and I ran them through here. I do not want them. Somehow the zip ties do come loose. Whatever could happen, at least I want them to stay on the car itself. So you can see here, and the lines are a little bit longer, okay? So I give them with a little bit of slag. So we're gonna go to the front of the car and show you where the bigger line will be going. So now that you get an idea how things are working out, so remember the line that was at the filter, now that comes over here. Okay, that's going to be going to the fuel rail. Now, I do have a couple options there for the fuel rail for different fittings, because there's a bunch of different people that can run this. What I mean to say is a bunch of different people that sell different fuel rails. So there's a lot of different options there. So if you get the K2 one, just know that it's going to look exactly like this. There's just too many options out there to really say this is going to work, whatever. So you can choose the fuel rail that you have, and I will give you the exact fittings that go here. So you can see there's a fitting here, and there's another fitting here. So both of those fittings require an O-ring. Now the fittings itself already come with an O-ring. Do make sure you put those, okay? So O-ring, tighten it all the way. So that comes from there, from the fuel filter to here. So we came from the pump to the filter to here. That's where we are now. Okay, so the other one, and there's no way to mix up these lines because they just work one way, and that's it. So bam, so we have the 180, and that runs down, goes underneath that, plenty of length, and that goes here to our regulator. So again, there's impossible to mix any of those lines. So super simple. Okay, once again, all right, you guys got it. All right, we're going down to a regulator, and then here our regulator is going to come with the fitting as well. So be aware of, if you do get a different brand regulator, the fittings here that I supply are not going to work. Okay, do be aware of that. Can't stress that enough, because the fittings that I supply here are meant for this specific regulator. So if you do get another brand, do be aware that this is an 8AN fitting, and this is a 6. So whatever regulator that you get, you got to make sure this is a 8AN and this is a 6AN, because this is what's going to drain down back to the tank. So do be aware of it. If you do get that regulator, you don't have to worry about nothing. You're going to have to cap this side, put the fitting on the bottom. This are O-ring, by the way. O-ring here, and another O-ring here. I will get I think I have another fuel filter there that I can show you guys how that actually looks, so you guys can get a better idea, because if you never dealt with that, it's maybe a little confusing, but I want to show you guys and get an understanding of that. So anyways, so we got a 45-degree angle fit in there, and this goes right here behind the motor mount. It goes right there, and you can see it here. And now that's going to be going to the flex fuel sensor. Now you don't have to run the flex fuel sensor, and I'm going to show you exactly why. You can get a 6AN male to male, and that's going to attach both of the lines, and that can prevent it from not buying the sensor if you're not going to want to do that. Now you can put the flex fuel sensor, there's absolutely no problem with that, and you can run the line back into the tank, because what the sensor does, it reads the ethanol content in the fuel, and it lets the computer know. Now I will have a separate video how to wire all that shenanigans. It's not too hard, but if you want to avoid the flex fuel sensor, again, all you have to do is look up anywhere online. It's going to be a 6AN to a 6AN male, and that's going to be able to put both of the lines together, and I'm going to show you underneath the car how that actually looks. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the fuel filter. Actually, let me see if I can find one and show you what I'm talking about, the O-rings. You guys can get a better idea. So I couldn't find another fuel filter, but I did have another regulator. So you can see here, same one, and this is what I'm talking about. You can see here they have an O-ring. So the way they go on, they are going just like so. You got to make sure you tie them after, guys, because otherwise they are going to leak. Bam. So you see the O-ring there. So it's going to be the same concept with this, the fuel rail here, the regulator here, the bottom here, so you can see here how this ones are, and the fuel filter. You got to make sure you have those, and it will come with the kit. Okay, they already come just like so. So if they don't come, you can literally just, it will come in a little baggie. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we're gonna go underneath the car. We're gonna follow this line back and go back underneath and show you where the flex fuel sensor is and how you can avoid it. Okay, so we're underneath the car once again, and then here is where that line that's coming from the regulator is going to be coming here. So this is what I mean. If you're going to be one of those guys that you can run this kit without the flex fuel sensor, this is going to be the option that you can get a male to male, and it's going to meet both of them, and that's going to prevent you from running the flex fuel. That's something that you're going to want to do. But I highly recommend having the flex fuel, guys. It's absolutely amazing. I'm able to pump gas anywhere. I have not run it on this car specifically, but I have ran the same kit on my RSX. It's the same concept. Just nothing to worry about. I promise you that. We have made 684 on 85, and then we made 525 on 93. So that's how awesome it is to have. So whenever I'm not able to get close to an 85 gas station, I'm easy able to pump 93 and get home. Absolutely no issues. So we have the flex fuel here. I will have a part number there that you're able to get it, and I will show you more in a different video how to wire it. I don't want to make too much on this video, but it will come with a bracket here. You can see here, and it will come with a self-tapping screw right there, so you're able to mount it, and you're able to mount your flex fuel super easy, and you can see how it works. So it works. I'm gonna give you guys a way better look here. All right, so very simple. And then here we'll have the harness, and we'll run it to the ECU and whatnot. But that's something, like I said, I'm gonna leave it for a separate video. But like I said, if that's something that you are gonna be wanting to avoid, you can run a 6AN male to male, and that's gonna be able to make both of them. So remember, this line came from the regulator, and this is gonna go back into the tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how that actually looks. And I know you guys already seen it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So all right, so there is the one right there, and that's gonna be this one right here, so you can see how it looks. Bam. So super simple. I think the kit is absolutely amazing. This is the same kit, like I said, we have on our RSX. Same setup, same diameter fuel lines. We were making, like I said, 684 on 85. That was with 2150 cc injectors and a 525 Hellcat fuel pump. And we still had, I think we were like 80 or 70% fuel duty cycle. So we can still push this kit easy somewhere in the 750 plus. I would say that's absolutely great. Unless you can do a dual fuel pump, then you can have more fuel going to the front. That'd be the only limited factor that we really had. But even at that power level, guys, it's absolutely amazing, and it's very enjoyable to have the car. But like I said, I will have a separate video for the relay and a separate video for the flex fuel harness, so you guys can get a better understanding how that's going to be wiring. But for the fuel lines and all the fittings, now you get an understanding how everything's going to be mounted up. So you don't have to run my relay harness. You don't have to run my flex fuel harness as well if you already have your own, or whatever the case might be. The kit is for the lines, is here ready to go. And yeah, hopefully this answer a lot of you guys' questions and able to get you an awesome kit, because it fits absolutely perfect. So you guys can see it, the regulator is not in the way of the turbo, and it's absolutely great. I'm gonna give you guys another quick look in the front. Yeah. So bam, so you guys can get it. Bam. What I love is the regulator out the way. So obviously you have to have the battery relocated. If you're turbo, it's absolutely impossible. A lot of guys ask that. There's no room here to keep the battery. So I do have battery relocation kits. I'm sure you guys are not aware of it. Bam. So you guys can put it right there. Absolutely perfect. You guys can get a better look there. So there you go, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully the video is very helpful and you guys able to install your kit. Okay.